Has Trevor Bauer been hot? I'd say so. Last 10 games he started, only has 5 wins, 2 losses. But he's got an earned run average in those 10 starts of $1.95. In 69 in the third innings, he has punched out 95 opposing hitters. And tonight, he takes them out looking to even up this series between the Indians and the Twins. Here on Sports Time Ohio. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Well, the trading deadline has come and gone, but the Indians were active right up until the very end. They acquire Leonys Martin from the Detroit Tigers, and Ricky should help in the outfield.
No doubt about it. We watched him play over the weekend, and a left-handed hitter. He's got a great arm. He leads the league in 9 outfield assists, but he's played well against us. He had a little hamstring problem earlier in the year, but he's covered a lot of ground out there in Detroit, so it might be a little bit easier to play the outfield in Cleveland. The ballpark a little bit smaller, so he can go get the balls between Cabrera and Brantley.
Indians also picking up a minor league pitcher from Detroit in exchange for shortstop Willie Castro, a minor leaguer who goes to the Tigers. Now, to the business at hand, the Minnesota Twins. Why can't the Indians beat these guys?
Well, I'll tell you why. They've won 7 out of 10, and Minnesota has walked the Indians off 3 times. They only have 5 walk-off wins all year long, 3 of them coming against the Indians, and it's the Indians that can out-homer those guys, but they certainly don't hit better with runners in scoring position, and that's the big problem like last night. Look at 145 batting average with runners in scoring position. They've out-homered them 18-14, but Minnesota just has that knack of coming back late in the ball game and beating the Tribe, and they've done that this year.
So we'll see if Trevor Bauer can shut down Minnesota and even this thing up at a game apiece, with the series finale coming tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back with the play-by-play. We'll hear from Andre Knott, but straight ahead, Alan Jensen join us from the studio.
Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But WB Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. And by Cleveland Clinic Express Care online. Tap the app for 24/7 virtual visits.
and the Twins, game 2 of this 3-game series. Well, it's been a busy day throughout Major League Baseball with the flurry of trade activity. The Indians were part of that, and we'll go downstairs to Andre Knott with our Hear Right sounds of the game.
Thank you very much, Matt. You know, for the Indians, when the trades that they made over the last 2 weeks, yes, they wanted to help their team in 2018, but they also had to look forward. Now, I don't know about you guys. I haven't had 20/20 eyesight in a long time, and I think after you hear from Terry Francona, you realize he hasn't either.
Our guys were extremely the opposite of short-sighted, whatever that is, far-sighted, because we had a need, but it wasn't just for this year. And they went and got guys that we think can help us for years to come. I thought we know we're not like the Red Sox or the Yankees. I've been there. We have some parameters, but you never want that to be an excuse for not winning. And I think right now we have a chance, and that's all you can ask for. Now it's on us in uniform to go out and see if we can get better.
And that really is what it boils down to. Can they take the pieces that are now part of the puzzle and make them work?
Well, they needed a center fielder. They went out and got one. He's played well so far this year, so we'll see him shortly. And yeah, it's time to play baseball, boys. Let's go. All right, we'll take a look now at Kyle Gibson, who is the Northern Ohio Monday starting pitcher. Gibson is making his 22nd start this year. He has a record of 5-7, a 342 earned run average, but don't let the numbers fool you. He's pitched very well. He has walked 50 and struck out 126 in his 129 innings. He is 1-0 in 2 starts against the Indians this year. But in his career, the Indians have had their way. He's 3-6, and all his wins have come in Cleveland.
Interesting. The starting lineup for Terry Francona tonight, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Francisco Lindor in the background will lead it off. Michael Brantley in the foreground will follow him. And then Jose Ramirez, tied for the league lead once again in home runs, now with 32. Edwin Encarnacion batting cleanup. Then Yonder Alonso and Melky Cabrera. Jason Kipnis bats 7th. Roberto Perez catching tonight will hit 8th. And Greg Allen is in center field batting 9th.
And the defense for Minnesota, Rosario in left, Cave in center, Kepler over in right. It'll be Sano at third, Polanco at short, Adrianza is at second, Maurer at first, and Wilson doing the catching.
And with that, we are ready to go as Francisco Lindor steps in. Tito pops a few sunflower seeds on a beautiful evening here in the Twin Cities. Kyle Gibson, with an abbreviated windup, delivers tonight's first pitch, and it's outside, ball 1.
Gibson 6'6", about 220 pounds. He's 30 years old.
Fastball is a strike on the inside corner. Our game time temperature tonight, 83 degrees. The 1-1 is yanked over the head of the first baseman Maurer, but just fouled on that right field line. Lindor tripled into the right field corner last night. But in what would be an all too familiar theme for the Indians, they couldn't get him home from there. Now the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Down goes Lindor. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. When Gibson gets into a jam, he's been able to pitch out of it, holding the opposition to a 165 average with runners in scoring position, second best in the American League. And Trevor Bauer closing in on 200 strikeouts for the season.
Well, we're talking about that's what the Twins have done to the Indians all year long. Runners in scoring position. They have dominated.
Low and away to Brantley. He's reached base safely in 61 of the last 70 games that he has played. But last night they held him to 0 for 5, and that ball ruled foul by home plate umpire C.B. Buckner. Wilson was trying to grab it out in front of the dish and get an easy out.
Well, it hits out in front of the plate, and He was trying to carry it into fair territory.
Looked like a waiter trying to balancing a drink.
Sir, your pizza is ready.
Here's the 1-1. Up high, 2 balls and a strike. Twins come in on the year 10th in the American League in earned run average as a staff, 448. They're 11th in walks, though, averaging more than 3 per 9 innings. That's troubling. Defensively, they've been pretty good. They're 5th in the American League. Overall, they've committed 53 miscues.
They're usually pretty solid defensive club. Gibson, though, he used to be a dead sinker ball pitcher and look for the ground ball, but he can throw you that good slider now that he uses for a strikeout pitch. But he can also walk you. 50 walks on the year.
That's outside, ball 4. So Brantley draws a 1-out walk, and it will bring up Jose Ramirez. Which brings us to our great clip of the game from last night. Jose Ramirez going deep twice in the ballgame. A pair of solo home runs to get him to 32 on the year. He's also 3rd in the American League now with 76 runs batted in.
Yeah, he stopped that. What was it, over 16 or over
17? Yeah.
Over 17 with his 11th first inning home run this year. And then added on.
9th career multi-homer game for Ramirez.
But it wasn't about the home runs. They hit 3 home runs. It was about the runners in scoring position. 0 for 11 in that department.
Gibson's 0-1 pitch is a towering fly ball to left. And Eddie Rosario will make the catch, 2 down. Paul Molitor admitted that he had some anxious moments since Kyle Gibson's last start, and it was a gem at Fenway Park in Boston because of the trading deadline. He said you never know for sure what might happen, but he's very happy that Gibson is still a part of this ball club. And he said that he will keep a close eye on Gibson tonight after he made a 120 pitch appearance against the Red Sox. 120 pitches.
Yeah.
That's the most by any Twins pitcher since at least 2012.
Well, and he tied for the longest start of his the season, 8 innings, but he pitched a dandy against the toughest, one of the best offenses in the game.
When I said he'll keep a close eye on him, he meant pitch count wise. He's not going to let him get that high again, because anytime a guy goes sort of extending himself beyond the norm.
See how he reacts the next start.
1-0 pitch.
Well, that may be a good idea then for the Indians. Oh, he said he went for the Indians offense. See if they can get that pitch count up early.
Edwin didn't feel like he went. Let's take another look. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay. He wanted help. See those dark bats? It's tough to see in that dirt, but he went.
Pulls that foul.
Now, Gibson has been pitching well. He's won 3 out of his last 4 starts.
In his career, Edwin has hit 4 home runs against Kyle Gibson. They have 3 on the left side of the infield. Nobody other than Mauer holding Brantley on the right side of the infield. Pitch is up high. 2-2. Offensively, the Indians are 2nd in the American League in batting average, 259 as a team. They are 2nd in the league in runs, averaging better than 5 a game. And they're 2nd in the league in home runs with 150 now on the year. Check that time, he didn't go, and the count is full. Mauer will drop behind Brantley at first base, and Michael will be off with the 3-2 pitch. Encarnacion 1 for 3 last night. He reached for it, and an easy out. Adrianza throws him out, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. The Twins are coming to bat.
pitcher, and Trevor 9-6, coming off a gem against Pittsburgh in his last start. 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 10. He's 0-1 this year in 1 start against Minnesota and 4-7 in his career.
Paul Molitor starting 9 tonight. Joe Mauer will lead it off. Eddie Rosario bats second. And Rosario is 8th in the league in batting average, tied for 10th. And runs batted in. Jorge Polanco hits 3rd. Logan Morrison batting cleanup. Max Kepler is 5th. Miguel Sano 6th. A-Ray Adrianza is 7th. Jake Cave batting 8th. And Bobby Wilson, the catcher, bats 9th. First pitch from Trevor Bauer is up high, ball 1. Because of the trade activity by Minnesota, they're playing 1 man short for the 2nd day in a row, a 24-man roster, until Logan Forsythe can get here. Twins are hopeful he'll arrive by tomorrow, but Paul Molitor said they're still working through some of the logistics of that. Last night it wasn't quite as big a deal because the guy that they sent out was a starting pitcher. But when you lose a position player, you have to feel a little naked as a manager.
Well, and they wanted Dozier out there in a hurry as well. He left the ballpark, I think, before we even got here.
The 2-1. And Mauer smashes it to right field. Melky Cabrera makes a shoulder-high catch and had to do a double take to make sure it stayed in the glove.
Looked like the ball caught him on that one. That was a line drive, and he came running in, and I think it sort of surprised him when he got out there and made the catch. He played it off to the side thinking, oh boy, that was scary. But it goes down as an out.
Do sometimes line drives almost appear to have a second gear, another extra burst of life at the end like that?
And that surprised him. I think he was surprised he caught it.
Here's Eddie Rosario. What a year this guy's having. He has 41 multi-hit games. That is tied with Francisco Lindor. And we know how great a year Lindor has had. Right. So that gives you an idea how well he has played for Minnesota.
Yeah, he's taken his game to a different level this year. And that big 3-homer game against the Indians earlier in the year.
Breaking ball in the dirt.
You can see the numbers, and it's by far the best in his career against any team. Is the Indians.
He almost chased but held up. 2-1 to count. Trevor Bauer headlining an Indians pitching staff this year that is 6th overall in earned run average. They lead the walk though, or they lead the league in walks. Weak ground ball. This will be Lindor. The Indians pitching staff, Rick, has issued just a shade over 2 walks per 9 innings this year. Number 1 in the American League, and they're 4th in strikeouts, averaging 9 per 9 innings.
Yeah, they're very aggressive. Let's take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by Chrysler. Brantley, Allen, and Cabrera in the outfield. It'll be Ramirez, Lindor, Kipnis, and Alonso on the infield, with Perez doing the catching. That's where their strikeouts, they're aggressive. They get ahead in the count. You can expand the zones.
And to me, that's the one area of Trevor Bauer's game that he has really excelled in. Eliminating the walks, cutting back on them.
Right.
And strikeouts continue to climb.
Strikeouts continue to climb, and the long ball, he's only given up 6 homers this year. And he's 2nd in the league in innings pitched, man. He's got 147 in the 3rd starting this one. He's got 148 right now. Well, he's done a remarkable job.
I don't know how many people are talking about it nationally, and I know there's still 2 full months to go in the season, but you start talking about the Cy Young Award, and it's almost like a 2-horse race now between Trevor Bauer and Chris Sale. I mean, obviously Justin Verlander's in the conversation, but you look at some of the key numbers. Strikeouts, earned run average.
Innings pitched.
Yeah. Now the one area where he's going to suffer is in the win column.
Well, a lot of people now, the numbers guys don't, they don't really focus on wins with starting pitchers a lot anymore like they used to.
The 2-2. Did he go?
Not even going to ask.
Full count. And that's not to say he couldn't get on a roll and reel off 6-7 more wins.
Exactly. Let it play its way out.
3-2 pitch, and he missed inside, ball 4. So Polanco reaches with 2 down. And it will bring up Logan Morrison. CB Buckner is the man behind the plate. Chris Conroy down at first. Shane Livensparger is at second, and Fielding Colbert, the crew chief, is at third. Tough night at the ball yard already for Mickey Callaway and the Mets. The Washington Nationals have scored 13 runs in the first 3 innings.
Oh, boy.
They hung a 7 spot on Steven Matz, and Jacob Rhame came out of the bullpen and fared no better.
That's in the 3rd inning, and it's 13 zip, or 4th inning.
Rhame gave up 6 more in the next 2 innings. Logan Morrison, the DH. Last 25 games, 25 strikeouts. But Morrison's a guy, if you make a mistake, he can hurt you. He has, in those last 25 games, he has hit 6 home runs, which is almost half his total for the year.
Well, he has good power, very good power when he hits the ball. If you find his zone, he certainly can be pitched to.
One pitch is popped up back of the plate, and Roberto gives it a look, but it's out of play. And the count is 1-2.
Trevor's made 1 start against the Twins this year. It was here 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, allowed 7 runs. Only 3 of those runs were earned, and he struck out 11.
Jason Kipnis playing in shallow right field with the shift on for Morrison. Polanco draws a throw. Polanco, not much of a runner. He's stolen 3 out of 4 on the year. But remember, he missed most of the season. Polanco was suspended for 80 games for violation of the drug policy. Runner goes. And
hit him.
Did it hit him? No signal from CB Buckner. And now, now they rule it did hit him.
Well, he looked down to see if he swung. He was getting an appeal, and that was that breaking ball that came down and in. I don't know if it got him on the foot or the leg. Here's a look and see. Yeah, back leg on the calf. You can see it. Gets him, and that's why the ball deflected away from Perez. He was off and running, so the walk, the hit batter, and that'll give Kepler a chance.
Kepler 1 for 4 last night.
And a fastball just outside, ball one. Offensively this year, Minnesota is ninth in the American League in batting average, hitting .244 as a team. They're eighth in runs scored, averaging 4.5 a game.
We did show you last night, these are the top two teams in the month of July when it comes to offense. The Indians 1, Minnesota 2.
Bauer falls behind Kepler 2-0. Looked like he had a chance to cruise right through this first inning, but the walk now hit batter, and it's 2-0 to Kepler. Bauer and Perez can't get on the same page here. So we'll try again. Nope. Nope. And a slider on the inside corner. Kepler not happy about it. It's 2-1 instead of 3-0.
Yep. Pretty good 2-0 pitch, but that ball's breaking in. It starts right on the inside edge. It's a tough pitch to hit. In a 2-0 count, you're not going to swing at it, but he gets the call.
Well off the plate, having a tough time locating his fastball.
Fastball command, you're right. That's what happens early in a ball game until something clicks.
Three-one pitch. Swung on and missed at a good fastball, letter high.
Check your shot, the one we just had there when we show you the center field camera from Kepler. Watch how close Sano is to the home plate and to the action. He's nowhere near the on-deck circle, and he's sitting in there.
I noticed that last night. When I looked down there at one point, I thought, man, he's almost right in the pitcher's line of sight.
No kidding. You know, I wonder if he said anything, if they'd make him get back in the on-deck circle.
Interesting. The runner at second, Polanco, was running, but the runner at first, Morrison, was not. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. They'll both be running now.
I'm sure the coach told him, hey, it's 3-2, 2 outs, you better go. Get your head in the game. He's the DH.
Bauer trying to avoid a first inning disaster here with 2 on, 2 out. And a full count for Max Kepler. Hit in the air. Left field. Brantley is there. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 2 left. And we are scoreless after 1.
this season. Get Indians home screen icons and features such as MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today.
Yonder Alonso leads off the second inning, and Kyle Gibson's breaking ball misses. 1-0. Alonso has hit in 6 straight, going 9 for 24, with 5 home runs in his last 9 games, and 11 runs batted in. Fastball strike on the inside corner. And it appears here in the early going that at least for the left-handed hitters, he's going to call that pitch inside, maybe even if it's off the plate a bit.
A lot of times you don't see that pitch called, but if he's consistent, they'll know. There you go. He's got to swing at that one. That first time through the lineup, you try and figure out the zone as an offense and as a team. You watch the left-handers go up there if you're a left-handed hitter.
Big bounce to first for Joe Mauer. 1 down. Stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Archie told you these are 2 hot teams offensively in the month of July. Indians averaging better than 6 runs a game. Minnesota 5, almost 5.5.
Yeah, last day of July. We'll flip the page, turn it over to August now. 2 months to go.
Melky Cabrera tried to hold up, but he went around.
Well, you can see some of the swings on that slider first time through. They're not very good cuts, so he must have very good spin on that ball going straight down.
Cabrera was 1 for 3 last night. And a foul back. It's 0-2. And Cabrera is erased on 3 pitches, and I'm not sure if he swung at a strike. Well, Jason Kipnis comes to the plate, and there was certainly a lot of speculation as to what his future might be with the trade deadline as it was approaching. Now that it's coming past, let's go down to Andre Knott for the latest there.
A sense of relief for Jason Kipnis. Chris Antonetti sat down with him about 4 weeks ago while he was having lunch back in Cleveland, and they discussed if they were able to get an infielder that he possibly would go back out to center field. Now, Jason Kipnis was willing to do it, had no problem doing it. But he says, he admitted to me today, he says, I'm a little relieved now that I know that we've passed that point. I can concentrate on playing second base and trying to finally get hot and help my team. Said that hamstring is finally at 100%. He feels like it's finally time for him to do his part.
He grounds out here, and the Indians go 1-2-3. Middle of the second, no score in Minnesota.
It's more than just a fireworks. It's Rock and Blast is a music and video themed experience that you don't want to miss, and it is presented by First Energy all game long. Come on, Dollar Dogs, get out to the game early, go to the district. It's featuring $2 beer. Get your tickets at Indians.com.
How much are those dogs?
Dollar Dogs.
Dollar?
Dollar. Yes, they're $1.
Miguel Sano leads off for the Twins here in the second. And Bauer buckles him with a curveball for strike one. Sano went to the minor leagues for 6 weeks. June 14th until July 27th when he was called back. And he's been swinging the bat well here in this series. That is his 3rd hit and his 2nd double. And the Twins have their leadoff man in scoring position. And the thing I've noticed, Rick, he's been very aggressive in these at-bats against the Indians.
He sure has. When you throw the breaking ball, you don't want to hang it. He left that one up, and he took advantage of it. You got to throw that breaking ball down out of the zone if he wants to swing early. But he got to that ball, drove it in the gap for Sano. That'll be his 11th double. So Bauer will be out of the stretch again early in this inning.
You know, one of the things Paul Molitor told his team is that when you face a guy like Bauer, he has so many different pitches. He said that you kind of have to go up there with a specific plan in mind. You can't go up there thinking about all the different pitches he throws. And it almost looked like after he threw the first pitch curveball to Sano, he said, okay, I'm looking curveball now.
Yeah. See the ball, hit the ball sometimes when you got a guy that can throw 4 different pitches. There's just a little bunt to get him over to third.
Adrianza with the sacrifice, and Sano is 90 feet away.
You know, that's not a bad job where you try to drag bunt and pull it over for a base hit, but if you don't and you can't get out, at least you get the job done.
Take a look at our Rocket Mortgage breakdown. The strikeout leaders in all of baseball: Chris Sale, Max Scherzer, Garrett Cole, and then Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, get to the 200 mark tonight if he can get 8 of them. Infield coming in early.
Jake Cave is the hitter. He swings at the first pitch and lines it foul. Cave was 1 for 3 last night. And in the month of July, he's played 24 games. He's batted .313 with 6 doubles and 2 triples.
Yeah, this is almost like a tryout to see what he has with Buxton down in the minor leagues and struggling too, by the way. Their center fielder that is defense extraordinaire has just had a really rough year, so this guy is getting an extended look.
Now the 1-1. And that is deep enough to get the run home. Brantley will make the catch. Sano will tag and score. And the Twins will play from in front tonight. They lead it 1-0. Fundamental baseball. Get him over, get him in.
They certainly did that. They did it last night too in the 9th inning. They had a walk, they sacrificed him, and they got the big game-winning hit. And with Minnesota, you're 12th in the league in home runs. They've hit 104 as a team. They don't run the bases or steal many bases. They're 13th in the league. So you have to execute with your offense if you want to get in there and score. I mean, they're 21. That was the 22nd sacrifice fly, which is 13th in the league. So you better do the little things to score.
Wilson chases. It's 0-2. Just a bit outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And there's a fastball right down Hennepin Avenue, and the side is retired. A leadoff double leads to the game's first run. 1-0 Twins after 2.
Ticket. Kids tickets are located in the family deck out of Progressive Field, home to the expanded Kids Clubhouse. They are only available at Indians.com/kids tickets.
Roberto Perez will lead off for the Indians. And a fastball is outside, ball 1. There's a high fly ball hit well to deep right center field. It is off the top of the fence. And Roberto will hustle into second base with a stand-up leadoff double. That's his 4th double of the year. And the Indians try to come right back, get their leadoff man in scoring position. And that didn't miss, getting out of here by a whole bunch.
Oh, he smoked that ball to right center field. That great carry. Let's see what he misses up. That ball came back over the plate and upstairs. And he drove it to right center field and hit it well. You can see it hits just underneath the top of that scoreboard. So there's your start.
See if Greg Allen goes to the role of sacrifice bunter. He takes it's up high, ball 1.
Well, the way I look at it, when you're up there, your job is to get him to third base. If you feel you have to bunt, go right ahead. If you think you can pull a ball, do either or. But the job is to get him to third base. And remember, if you're going to bunt this one, there's no speed out at second base.
Bunted, but it's going to roll foul. And the count is 1-1. Not a bad attempt, but never got enough grass to stay fair.
You know, that's what my point was when I was thinking you don't have much speed. The hitter sometimes tries to make a perfect bunt instead of maybe just getting it down in play and making the third baseman feel it.
He bunts at first base side, and it's going to be safe at first. It was close. And Gibson, his only play was to wait for Adrianza because Mauer broke in on the play. And Greg Allen beat him to the bag.
Yeah, that's Adrianza's fault because he wasn't at the bag. Once it got past the pitcher, Or no, Gibson gets it, but Mauer broke in. He was going to get it, and he looked like he might have been safe. They're looking for the challenge, and they have had some problems with the replay. Boy, that was quick. That's hard to see.
There is a communication malfunction tonight, and both managers were told that they will receive unlimited crew chief reviews.
Oh, boy,
that's as close to a tie as you're going to get.
I'm going to say he's safe because he was called safe to begin with. And you're right, both feet were coming down on first base almost the identical time. That'll be a base hit if it remains, if the call stands, and he's safe. That was a beautiful bunt. He brought it with him this time. See, they're thinking he was going to third, and when Mauer broke in, Adrianza, the second baseman, didn't get the first in time.
Take one more look at the super slow-mo look. Oh man, their feet look like they hit the bag at the same time.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
Well, because of the situation with the communication, I think he's safe. Each team gets one manager challenge, as is the usual, and it is safe.
Yeah.
But they will receive unlimited crew chief reviews, but that's not an automatic that the crew chief has to review it.
Right. That was really good hustle. Nice bunt by Allen, and he beats it out. Well, the call is confirmed, and they have runners at first and third now with nobody out.
Rick, do you think Adrianza got caught thinking, well, he's trying to bunt to third, and he just didn't think he was coming that way?
And maybe he thought Mauer would break back knowing that Gibson was going to get to the ball. Yes.
Francisco Lindor with first and third and nobody out. And a nice pick by Bobby Wilson, the catcher. Lindor pulls it foul. On the year, Lindor has been a .317 hitter with runners in scoring position. And that's really impressive to me because you figure as a leadoff man, you might not get as many opportunities to bat with runners in scoring position.
No, but if you remember early in the year, he was really anxious, you know, early when you got guys in scoring position. He was going early after pitches, trying to get him in. He's settled down and reeled it back in, and now he's just very confident up there.
Oh, he was swinging for the downs there, and it's 2-2. Breaking ball, and he saw it well.
Oh man, that's right there. That's a spinner. Pulled off of it.
1-0 Minnesota, third inning. And that's inside. Full count.
Yeah, the first time he struck him out was that breaking ball down and in. He was able to get him to swing over the top of it. Went back in there. But he took it.
Almost looked like Gibson said to himself, if I'm going in, I'm going way in. I'm not going to miss.
No, you cannot do that. Full count. They think that Allen could be off on this pitch with Lindor at the plate. But they will throw through with Perez at third base.
Lindor second in the league in doubles, fifth in home runs, eighth in runs batted in. 3-2, Allen not running. It's ball four and the bases are loaded. Take a look at Greg Allen's bunt, courtesy of StatCast AI powered by AWS. Look how fast he's getting down the line.
Yeah, that's very good. When you get up to 30 feet per second, that's good. Home to first, just a little bit over 4 seconds. But on that bunt, he stayed in the batter's box and made sure he got it down. He wasn't coming out of the box too early. Really a good bunt. Now, Indians with the bases loaded, something that they've thrived on this year.
Brantley takes, and right on the outside corner for a strike. Michael Brantley, with the bases loaded this year, is 6 for 8.
Wow.
With 2 grand slams.
Hit his first grand slam, and then about a week later came his second.
In the dirt, another good stop by Bobby Wilson. Second time with that runner at third base. He's gone down and smothered one. Team batting average of 375, best in the majors.
Yeah, it was up to 400 a little while ago, but a couple of hits here will certainly help it. 8 grand slams. I think Boston has 9 this year. And Cincinnati.
The 1-1. Brantley tops one towards short. They get the out at second. On to first, a double play. Perez scores, and the game is tied at 1.
Well, that's something that Gibson can certainly do. That's his 12th ground ball double play ball this year. He was very good last year at it. He had 26, but that's just what he's trying to do. Minimize the damage in that situation. You got a tough hitter to ground into the double play. See if Ramirez can get a 2-out base hit and keep it going.
Jose fly to left in the first inning. Another great stop by Wilson, especially when you've got speed at third. He can't even afford to have one trickle away from him, or Allen might come scampering home.
Yeah, Gibson just 3 wild pitches on the year.
Ramirez socks one to deep right field. Down the line it goes. It's a fair ball off the wall. He's headed for second base, and he goes in head first with an RBI double, and the Indians lead it 2-1. That's his 28th double of the year and his 77th run batted in.
Yeah, and an extra base hit. I love watching him come out of the batter's box, because I thought he was going to stop at first because Kepler had the ball in right field before he was rounding first base, but he just kept right on going and beats the throw into the base. He comes out of that batter's box like it's an automatic double, and look, he got to the quickly, but that ball, the throw was going nowhere.
They're going to have to do some repair on the right field wall after that.
He dented it?
I'm thinking there's a pretty good dent in that wall.
Well, they finally get a 2-out base hit. Runner in scoring position.
Edwin takes a fastball for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Last 8 games, Encarnacion batting .344 with 8 runs batted in and 7 runs scored. Looked like he was just kind of feeling for that off-speed pitch. And the count 1-2. This is a place where Encarnacion, we have seen him launch some tape measure shots.
Yeah, upper tank shots in this ballpark. For a visiting player, he's hit as many as anybody.
Swung on and missed. He goes down swinging to end the inning. Third strikeout for Kyle Gibson. But the Indians score a pair to take the lead thanks to Jose Ramirez with RBI number 77. Hold true moment. Bottom of the third, top of the order for Minnesota. Joe Mauer, Eddie Rosario, Jorge Polanco. As Trevor Bauer goes back to work now with a 2-1 lead. Fastball strike gets him ahead of the count.
Let's see if that 2-run top half of the inning shoots a little energy into Trevor.
Tops it to second base. And Jason Kipnis throws him out, 1 away. Let's go down to Andre.
You know, I was talking to a teammate of Trevor Bauer's when he was named to the All-Star team, and I said, what's the biggest difference in Trevor Bauer today from maybe when he was here 2 years ago? And the person told me, there's no difference in his stuff. He goes, you guys talk about the slider, you guys talk about the changeup. He's always had good stuff. He says he believes and understands how to use the stuff better, and he knows what his stuff does, and he knows how to go at batters. He believes it's just the confidence and the maturity of Trevor Bauer, not some new pitch that he came up with in the offseason.
I'll go you one better than that, Andre.
Okay.
As Eddie Rosario tops one towards second base. Lindor cuts in front of Kip. Backhanded flip gets him for out number 2. Paul Molitor said for him, it's just a matter of consistency. He said almost the exact same thing. It's interesting you bring that up. Molitor said almost verbatim what you said. The stuff has always been there. We've seen the stuff for years. It's just now he's found that level of consistency, and he said that's what makes him dangerous because he's good start to start. You don't have that one start really good, next start really bad.
Not knowing who's going to show up that day.
Yep. Jorge Polanco drew a walk with 2 outs in the first inning. And takes the ball down in the dirt. Outside, 2-0.
And it's up high, 3-0.
He had problems with this guy back in the first inning with 2 outs. Got the first 2 quickly, and then he walked Polanco and ended up hitting the next guy, and he had to work hard to get out of that inning.
Well, he had 2 outs on 3 pitches in this inning. And then missed with the next 3 before throwing a fastball strike here to make the count 3-1. And now he's run the count full. And he ends up walking him again. Logan Morrison hit by a pitch his first time up on the leg. And that curveball misses outside, ball 1.
Polanco did try running his last time on base. That's when he picked the pitch that Morrison got hit with when he was off and running.
Two and 0. The majority of the ground balls are really pulled to the right side.
That's why you see Kipnis so deep in right field there on that side of the infield.
Off the end of the bat towards center field. Greg Allen has to hurry. He does, and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We've played 3. It's Cleveland 2, Minnesota 1. Twins 2-1. Yonder Alonso leads it off. And coming into tonight, Alonso now with 64 runs batted in on the year. And Arch, the Indians have 4. of the top 10 RBI men in the American League. Our Lowe's whole team together shows you that they also have a bunch of home run hitters that are up there among the league leaders.
Yeah, they got a trio into the 20s, one into the 30s.
Fouled right back. Jose Ramirez is third in the American League with 76 runs batted in. Encarnacion, make it 77 now. Encarnacion fourth with 73. Lindor is eighth with 67. And Alonso's 10th with 64. And he just hammered one to deep right field down the line, but foul. Oh, he almost had it. And he dropped it, but his son's there to pick him up. Well done, young man.
Yeah, the big man stopped it for him, and he gave it to the little man. Here you go. Stand up.
Does he get an assist for this, Arch?
Let's see.
No, it
no,
hit the
he
ground.
doesn't. No. Good try, though. I wonder if he thought he was going to get a baseball. Well, they brought their gloves, so he thought he had a chance.
Down and in. 2-2 the count for Alonso. And that is a foul ball as Mauer gave it an all-out diving effort, and Alonso will head back to the dugout for a new bat. Yonder will welcome a fellow native Cuban as his new teammate as early as tonight. Leonis Martin, acquired today before the trading deadline, is expected to arrive here in the Twin Cities at some point later this evening. And then Terry Francona said he'll probably be activated in time for tomorrow's game. Martin expected to go right into center field. He's a left-handed bat. He's had a good year with Detroit. He's had a good year for Detroit when he's played against the Indians. I'll say that much, because whenever we've seen him, he's done some damage.
Yeah, he played well against us.
The 3-2. Hit hard. Mauer, are you kidding me, with a great backhanded pick. And he robs Alonso of a base hit.
Wow, that's not that easy, is it? That ball was hit hard. He kept testing him over there and kept testing him. This one, he was able to go on the backhand side. Good play. Very good play. This ball was hit awfully hard. There's the backhand. Gets to his knees and goes to first base to get the out, complete it.
One down for Melky Cabrera. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time up.
Yeah, and he's going right back to the well with that breaking ball down to see if he's going to continue to swing at it like he did the first at bat.
Low with a fastball, 2-0. Cabrera, in the 9 games since rejoining the big league club, has batted .400 with a couple of doubles and a home run. Taken all the way, 3-0, a fastball in there. Hit off the end of the bat. Polanco just does throw him out. T-Mobile built for baseball, so let's take a look at Leonis Martin. Some of the action from earlier this year against the Indians.
Yeah, lines went down the line. He's a very aggressive left-handed hitter. He can run, he can steal bases. He did have a little hamstring issue this year, but not for long, for about 10 days. That started off a ball game on Saturday in Detroit there, led off with a base hit. A little bunt action.
That's out of play. Kipnis trying to beat the shift with a bunt, and it just rolls foul in front of the bag. Oh, that looked like it was going to be a thing of beauty. I thought it was going to hit the bag because it was hugging the line and looked like maybe it had a chance to stay fair.
No, you want to talk about awful close. Right there, and it was on the dirt. It never got off the dirt or hit the grass, but it had that kind of spin to it, and it couldn't have missed the bag but a couple inches. They were giving him the base hit. He was going to take it. It was just foul.
Now an 0-2 pitch headed toward Kipnis, who's hit in 3 straight games. Strikes him out to end the inning. 4 Ks for Kyle Gibson. Middle of the 4th inning. It's Cleveland 2, Minnesota 1. Been a very good outfielder. Career fielding percentage of .988. You felt that was very
good.
Solid.
Yes, absolutely.
Andre Knott was visiting with Terry Francona earlier today. Tito admitted he's an everyday player, but he's not going to forget about Raj Davis either, is he?
Correct. This is going to be a clear platoon, but he wanted to talk to him as well. You guys know how Tito is. Tito wasn't going to come to me or come to anyone and say, yes, we're going to play him this way or that way, but he wants to know how comfortable he is against lefties, and they're going to look at the splits and go through it. He's going to play a lot. Now, Raj is still going to be involved, but he's going to play the majority of center field going forward for them. And the other thing I want to throw in there, I know this isn't a big deal to most people watching the big league team, but the outfielder that they traded for right at the trade deadline with the Cardinals is a big deal to the organization as well. A right-hander who can run, who has 31 stolen bases, really athletic. Tito feels like what they were able to do is going to help them going forward because of the injury that Bradley Zimmer has.
Oscar Mercado is who Andre's talking about. They acquired him from St. Louis, and he's hitting .285 at AAA this year with, as he said, 31 stolen bases. He stole 50 bases in a minor league season just a couple of years ago. So he could be an interesting piece. If not this year, then certainly down the road for the ball club.
And I think that's probably the tough part for the organization right now, because Tito said they're going to have holes after this season, and we played the cut to start the game. Yes, it's all about winning in 2018. He said, but knowing that they're going to have holes in 2019, it makes him feel a lot better dealing and working with Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernoff, that they were able, in both the trades they made, or 3 trades they made going up to the deadline, they have players that can help them hopefully win this year and then again next year as well.
Max Kepler checks on a close pitch. It's called a ball. He didn't go.
Always have to keep an eye on the future. I mean, because, you know, with free agency and the way people move around now, you certainly have to protect yourself.
Arch, do you think the trade deadline works differently because of that nowadays, when we see how relievers are, what the price that relievers are right now when you try to trade for them in different positions?
It's amazing how many relievers were traded now. You know, a lot of the bad clubs that had decent relievers, they got rid of them, and they're going to have to fill some voids. So who knows, man?
The fun thing for me, and you played, Arch, and I'm curious how you were, and I know it was different when you played. It's amazing to me how many of the guys that have the uniform on right now, the TVs are on, and the conversations they have, they get excited like fans watching different guys go from place to place.
Pop up on the infield, Ramirez. It's a great point, Andre. I mean, you're talking about it. It's a different era. Archie didn't have a TV in the clubhouse.
They didn't even have TVs.
Bologna sandwiches, right?
But I mean, think about it. Now these guys are as in tune as the average fan, because everything's right. Remember a few years ago,
it's right there on your phone.
We were in Anaheim when Cliff Lee watched the TV announcing that he had been traded.
Yeah. It's right there on their phones.
Yeah.
Well, that
they can see in the clubhouse.
That became a problem for the guys over in the other dugout. Just last Friday, Brian Dozier, when the trade was made for Escobar, they found out on the TV, and that wasn't how it was supposed to go down, and it was almost I'm not going to say a revolt, but it was some unhappiness that happened with the Twins.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to find out, especially with Escobar in the clubhouse. He was a liked guy by teammates, and when you find out that way, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, I saw Derek Falvey before the game, who did all the trading for the Twins, and it was right after the trade deadline. He looked at it, and I said, how do you feel? He goes, I need to go take a nap. I'm so glad that we're past this point, because this has been difficult for the Twins and what they're going through. They had a lot of guys that are going in their final year of their contract, and he just said he feels like they need to do this to get to where they want to get, because he didn't say he didn't think they could catch the Indians, but the moves kind of say that, don't they?
Well, they traded 5 guys: Escobar, Ryan Presley, Zach Duke, Lance Lynn, and now Dozier. You know, so they went out and signed some guys that they had to get rid of. You know, they signed 5 different players, and 3 of them guys are already gone.
Who was the guy they traded for last year, and they traded him a week later?
That was Kinsler, the reliever that was
Jaime Garcia. Remember that? Yeah, that was.
He made 3 different starts with 3 different teams.
He made one against us, right?
Yeah.
And then went to the Yankees.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Miguel Sano, and a foul back. I'll tell you, the team that it would be really interesting to be around right now is Baltimore. You told me they've added how many new players?
15 new players in the trades, and when getting rid of Machado and you know, the pitchers and everybody. Don't go through the names, and 14 of those players were minor leaguers.
Yeah. So you're talking about
total
a complete
rebuild.
Overhaul.
Yeah, total rebuild.
Well, the one thing for Derek Falvey that comes out looking good is the one pitcher they traded for Escobar went out last night. 7 innings and no hit ball in A ball.
Hey, welcome back, kid.
So he made one good call so far.
Well, yeah, and that always remains to be seen.
Oh, Bauer thought he had strike 3, and it's called ball 4. He can't believe it. He looks back at C.B. Buckner with his hands raised, saying, what?
CB was looking to get a baseball. He didn't see it. Let's see. Take a look at it. Well, the ball has some comeback to it. That's why Trevor thought he nailed it. And it was a pretty darn good pitch. But it'll go down as his 3rd walk.
One on, one out for Adrianza.
And we talk about all these trades, and, you know, everybody thinks that it's going to help you. You watch how many of these things help how many clubs, you know? After all the talk and the build-up, and you know, they're gunning for playoffs. We'll wait and see. Most times it doesn't work out.
I'm most interested in the Milwaukee Brewers and what they did and did not do.
Yeah, as far as scope goes.
Yeah, they got scope, which I love, and I think they're going to play him as shortstop. We talked about Shaw going over to second base.
Right.
But they didn't get a starting pitcher, and they really looked like they could have. If they could have got Archer or somebody like that, you really think that would help them.
Well, that's Pittsburgh. Well, yeah, you know what? They could still, waivers.
Yeah.
Pitchers will go through waivers. They may not be done. We don't know.
Well, you mentioned the Pirates. Boy, they were at Chris Archer from Tampa Bay. Everybody seemed to be hot after him.
And they
he
got a
ends up
closer.
in the Pirates of all teams. And they get Keona Kela from
Right.
Texas.
Yes, they do.
But they gave up Austin Meadows, so it looks like they're going to stick with the 3 outfielders that we saw back in Cleveland just a week ago. Looks like that's going to be their future outfield.
Well, it was pretty darn good when they came to Cleveland.
Boy.
2 of them are hurt now.
Yeah, I know it. They were mashing, though.
But, to Andre's point a little bit earlier, it's almost like the trading deadline may have shifted recently, and that teams aren't just trading for now. Teams are making deals. It's almost like the winter meetings have come to July.
Yeah, they're setting their lineups up for absolutely right.
Adam Duvall moving on. I mean, it was really a lot of activity this year. I don't know if it was more so than in years past, but it sure seemed that way.
The action with the Washington Nationals will be very interesting to see what happens to them in the offseason.
Look at Bauer. He's upset now. He made a good curveball, and he's just trying to regroup. He's thinking, okay, I know CB's behind the plate, but this is a curveball that has the plate. You take a look at it and tell me what you think. Look at him. He's upset. Let's see if it comes back around. It's a strike.
Got the plate.
Yeah, but that camera angle, that's a great angle. It's got the corner of the plate.
Fastball, run him up.
Trevor's saying, thank you.
No doubt about that one. Just his second strikeout tonight. 2 down in the inning.
Going inside with that heater. That one certainly came back. That was a good pitch.
Some notable moves in the American League.
Tampa very
Tommy
busy.
Pham.
Look at that. They're very busy.
Cameron Maben, boy, his name was out there all over the place. They had him going to about 6 different teams, ends up in Seattle.
Well, Seattle, they trade just because they
they trade everybody.
No kidding. He wants to lead the league in trades.
Trader Jerry.
But you know what that means? That means that Gordon's probably going to be their second baseman going forward, and they have the guy that's suspended right now.
Yeah, Cano.
Cano.
But
so,
Cano cannot play in the playoffs. So,
right.
I mean, that's going to be interesting to see.
Right. What will they do when he comes back?
I don't know. When's
They have
he
a
due
DH.
back?
Probably, I want to say September 1. I'll check. Somewhere around there, I believe.
Jake Cave drove in the only run of the night for Minnesota in the second with a sacrifice fly. He's in the hole 0-2. Meanwhile, in Washington, the Mets are on the board. They trail the Nationals now 19-1. Holy mackerel. Missed low. That's a long night for Mickey Callaway and company.
Oh, that's a long. We scored 19 against Cincinnati not too long ago. That's a long night for everybody. Even when you score the 19. It's a lot more fun on that end.
Yeah, that's true. And he got a piece of Perez on the backswing. Count remains 1-2.
We were talking about Cano. He is able to come back on August 14th. Jerry Dipoto said he will be in the lineup every day upon his return, though D. Gordon is expected to get the bulk of the time at second base.
Struck him out looking. Another fastball. And Trevor Bauer punches out a pair to end the 4th inning. Through 4 in Minnesota. The Indians 2, the Twins 1.
Ball is brought to you by the 2019 Kia Sorento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's.
2-1 Cleveland, 5th inning. Carl Willis talking to Trevor Bauer, who made some really good pitches, and he's been at odds a little bit with C.B. Buckner at home plate umpire. But to this point, he's given up 1 run on 1 hit through 4 innings.
Continue to make those pitches you're making, though, Trevor. They're awfully good pitches, and you know what? That may turn in another inning or so and go in your favor.
Roberto Perez sparked the Indians leading off the 3rd with a double off the top of the right field wall.
Yeah, it was set up by Perez and Allen. Nice when you can get the bottom part of that lineup the first time through to give you a little production.
1-1. Yeah, it was a fastball that Gibson threw over the middle of the plate. It was up, and Perez really hammered it. Kind of caught in between there.
Well, he wasn't looking for it inside.
Backed him off with that fastball, and the count goes full. And that's ball 4. So Roberto Perez has been aboard safely both times up tonight. And here's what you missed if you joined us late. Mid-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. There's the double by Roberto. Just missed a home run. Then Greg Allen bunted him over toward 3rd, and bonus time for Allen as he beats it out for an infield single. After a walk to Lindor, Brantley grounded into a double play, got a run home, and then Ramirez dented the right field wall with an RBI double to give the Indians a 2-1 lead. Allen looks at a fastball off the outside corner. That wall in right field is 23 feet high, and I'll bet that double by Perez was about 22 feet high. Looked like maybe another foot and it would have been out of here. And down there is where Jose Ramirez put a dent in that wall somewhere.
Boom. And look at it. He was just getting the first base when Kepler had that baseball.
There aren't many guys who get out of the box as fast as Jose Ramirez with as much determination as he does.
Yeah, it's double all the way. That boy, if you ever want to watch it tape, kids, and see what you're supposed to do when you hit the ball to the outfield, look at Ramirez break out of the box.
And nice. Greg Allen shoots one to left.
Table setting again.
So the bottom of the order is a perfect 4 for 4 getting on base tonight. 3 hits and a walk. Just watch him get out of the box.
Boom. He says, I'm going for 2. He's just checking it. He takes the peeks, and he knows he's got to turn and burn. Get out of his way, ump. Flying objects will appear.
All right, so 2 on, nobody out. Lindor struck out in the first. He walked in the 3rd.
He checks, and the fastball inside, called a strike. Tell you what, Gibson, he had a game plan, Rick, and he stayed with it. He's continued to try and pound the fastball in. He's even gone in with a breaking ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, we used to wear him out, but he's changed his pattern a little bit.
And maybe to his advantage, he's gotten some of those pitches in, maybe in off the plate called strikes, so it's given him the confidence to keep going in there. Down and in, and Bobby Wilson's been a vacuum cleaner behind the plate.
Well, this is where he gets it to his best, is when there's runners in scoring position. We showed you the stat earlier.
Well, he got the double play ball in the third.
Right. He had a chance to minimize it. 165 average with runners in scoring position. Probably better than that now because, well, Ramirez got the one hit, but he got Brantley.
Called a strike outside corner at the knees. And so now it's 1-2. Here's where the hitters, though, have issues. Because if you're going to give them a little bit in off the plate, then they feel like you got to give me something away. Maybe that plate's getting a little wider. Lindor off the end of the bat. Backhander by Gibson. He'll get the force at third. One away.
Well, you had it easy. You know, there's the little squibber there. He had the backhand. You have Perez running, and it's just an easy flip to get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. 1-5.
Michael Brantley began the day 10th in the American League in batting average, hitting .298. Walked in the first, and he hit into that double play in the third. And he pulls that right over toward the Minnesota dugout. Tell you, Brantley has been so consistent, and I know that's nothing new to hear, but the reason I bring that up right now is because an 0 for 10 for him seems like an 0 for 30, because you don't hardly ever see him go a couple of games without a hit.
Well, that's what these first three hitters in this lineup do, is they put up quality at bats almost every time.
Tapper to second. They'll get the force there. And the inning is still alive, but now 2 down runners at first and third. And this is Kyle Gibson in a nutshell this year. You get guys in a scoring position, he just doesn't give in.
He's very good at working his way through it.
But still an opportunity with 2 down, and Jose Ramirez at the plate. He delivered with 2 outs in the third. Can he do it again now here in the 5th? Now 63 extra base hits on the year for Ramirez.
Yeah, he took over the league lead. He was tied with Lindor.
.25 times Ramirez has provided a go-ahead run batted in. That's the most in the majors.
Well, this is a big hitter for Gibson.
Just a bit outside. That's essentially a third of Ramirez's runs batted in this year that have been of the go-ahead variety.
Right. That's the way to do it. Sit in the middle part of the lineup and drive them home.
2-0.
His patience, he's watching it closely. Change up, trying to get Ramirez to expand.
Now that he's behind, let's see if he even bothers to challenge him. Maybe try to make the perfect pitch.
Yes, I would. Yeah, he's going in hard.
3-0.
Well, when he got the 2-out base hit last time up, he'd be a little foolish to just try and go at him. And he hit the breaking ball his last at bat. Put a dent in the wall.
Oh, he went in on him, and it's going to drop for a base hit. That'll get the Indians another run home as Greg Allen scores to make it 3-1. And that was really shocking that he gave him anything to hit 3-0, because you knew that Ramirez was looking for something he could swing at.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you throw him something like that. It got in on the trademark a little bit, but yeah, I think it surprises me a little bit, because now he's beat him twice with 2 outs, driven in the last 2 Indians runs. So they take a 3-1 lead and keep the inning going.
I think they wanted that in off the plate again, and he just missed his target.
It came back over the plate a little bit, but you know, that's what happens when you're messing around inside.
Now Edwin. Where's the target? Oh, he wants it way in.
He wants it on his kneecap. But you see, sometimes, you know, those pitchers don't always locate it where you want it and where the catcher's sitting, and that was one of them. And Ramirez got the base hit. Credit him. 3-0 count.
Edwin tries to go the other way, right into the tracks of Joe Mauer, and the inning is over. So Jose Ramirez has driven in 2 of 3, and the Indians lead it 3-1.
To Tribe Rewards. Today's Tribe Rewards code is Goody. Visit Indians.com for complete details.
Jose Ramirez with a couple of key runs batted in tonight for the Indians, and the Tribe leads it 3-1. Bottom of the 5th, Bobby Wilson, the number 9 hitter, will lead it out. He is one of 3 strikeout victims for Trevor Bauer tonight. And a good breaking ball in for strike 1.
Trevor Bauer allowing just 1 hit to this point. That was the leadoff double in the 2nd inning. He came around to score.
Did you see how far out in front of the plate that ball was?
Yes, I did.
It nailed Roberto Perez. I think it got him square in the arm. He probably can't even feel his arm right now. Fastball just off the plate. Three and one. And that fastball catches the plate. Runs the count full, 3-2. Bauer has walked 3 and he's hit a batter. But as Arch said, just the one hit. And that's low, his 4th walk of the night. Time for a game break. We go back to Cleveland and Al Pawlowski. All right, thanks a lot, Al. Trevor Bauer, meanwhile, has walked 4 on the night. And so for the month of July, he has walked more batters than any other month this season. That gives him 17 walks in the month.
He had a 5-walk game when he was at Texas and 4 against the Cincinnati Reds.
Joe Mauer's 0 for 2, but now the count is 2-0.
For Trevor, 54% strikes tonight. 36 balls, 43 strikes out of his 79 pitches. He's normally anywhere from 63 to 67%. So he's a little down tonight.
Mauer shoots one toward left. And Michael Brantley had him played perfectly. 1 away. Well, last inning, Bauer was clearly agitated when he didn't get that strike 3 call. Instead, it was ball 4.
Yeah, there's another backdoor breaking ball. He had to regroup. He had to gather himself, and I'll tell you, he did a heck of a job because he comes back, he gets a strike out there, 2 comeback fastballs that did the number. You may have seen Trevor Bauer of old, where he might blow up out there, and you know, it would wreck him.
Well, it's just another example of
maturity.
You live and you learn.
Right.
You learn that you can't. You learn that showing up the umpire or making gestures doesn't help the situation. That may be your first initial reaction just because you're emotional and you're in the moment, but you realize that's not going to get you any calls.
No, it won't.
But the other thing, Arch, is not every pitcher is Corey Kluber. Not every guy can contain their emotions like he does.
I know, I totally understand.
So I think that's something that he has to battle.
He did. He got through that very well.
The 1-1. Rosario lifts one high and slicing foul out of play. Pulls it to first. Alonso goes to second. There's one. Back to first. The call is safe. Almost an inning-ending double play.
Boy, it was hit hard enough to get one. And look, was Ramirez the turn there on that throw from Alonso? Watch, he has to get back there. Gets it. There's the throw. Now Ramirez comes back, and it just wasn't quick enough, as you can see. Rosario got down the line pretty well.
Almost looked like it's not an everyday play for Ramirez in that situation with that shift on. He might have been waiting for Alonso just an extra second or so to get back to the bag.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't an easy one to get back, but certainly the ball was hit hard enough.
Jorge Polanco, he's been up twice and he's walked twice.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Trevor's had a tough time throwing this guy's strikes.
He almost has the look of, all right, back to the drawing board with this guy. I don't know what the heck.
Yeah, pretend it's the, who's he struck out a couple times? Pretend it's one of those guys. I think he's been 2-0 to this guy every single time.
Four hits in his career, 3 of them home runs against Bauer.
So you're telling me Trevor remembers that, huh?
Possibly.
Absolutely.
Pops him up here, and Lindor makes the catch. So 5 complete from Minneapolis. Trevor Bauer seems agitated, though he has pitched 5 one-hit innings against the Twins.
On Saturday, because it'll be Rocket Blast 2. Your chance to experience the fun. Fans 21 and over also can enjoy the pregame out in the district featuring $2 beers. Get your tickets at Indians.com.
Yonder Alonso leading off.
Sarby took his tension
that
away.
was great.
Yeah, it was.
So Alonso checks the swing. CB Buckner goes to appeal to Fielden Culbreth, who's locked in conversation at the moment with Mike Sarba, and he looked up and said, oh yeah, no, he didn't go.
Besides, I was talking. I wasn't looking.
Alonso sends a high fly ball to center field. Drifting back is Jake Cave, and he makes the catch on the warning track, 1 away. Hey, we got a birthday wish to send out tonight. Pat Reed in Lancaster, Ohio is 82 years old. Their son Kevin works here in the Twin Cities.
Matt, happy birthday.
Birthday indeed.
Kevin, I didn't see him tonight.
No, he said work kept him away from the ballpark this weekend.
Okay.
Or not this weekend, but this week.
I got you. Don't let work get in the way of coming out to see us.
Melky Cabrera 0 for 2 tonight. And a count 1-1. Pulls it foul. And Melky goes chasing. And that's 5 strikeouts for Kyle Gibson. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Well, our next ball game on television will come your way on Friday back in Cleveland when the Angels come calling. Mike Clevenger will get the start for the Indians. Our coverage will begin with Indians Live at 6:30. First pitch just after 7 on Sports Time Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. No television tomorrow. Off day on Thursday. So we're back to work Friday in Cleveland.
Well, we get to stay more than 3 days this time.
Yeah, the Angels are in for the weekend, and then these Twins will be in Cleveland for a 4-game series next Monday. Jason Kipnis grounded out in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th. Kipnis fouls one off. Andre not reported on it earlier. Chris Antonetti said he met with Jason Kipnis and was up front about him, saying, or up front with him, saying that they were exploring potential upgrades. Talked to him about the possibility of moving to the outfield. That's where Kipnis hits this one, but it's just foul down the right field line. That was almost over the foul pole, but just to the right of it for a long foul ball. Kipnis told Chris Antonetti, he said, look, whatever it takes, if I need to go to the outfield, if I need to move, I just want to play on a team that's going to win and have a chance to win a world championship. I told Chris, that's it. That's all I want to do. And this team has put itself in a pretty good position to at least have the opportunity to play for that.
The one thing you can do, the only thing you can do, you try to win your division and you get to the playoffs and anything can happen. You look at it in 2016, did you ever think we were going to get to Game 7 of the World Series and how things were when you only had 2 pitchers available?
Exactly.
And then you go last year, you win 102 games, you win 22 in a row, or 20, and you get bumped out in the first round after winning the first 2. You just really never know.
No.
Get there and anything is possible.
Beautiful night here in Minnesota. Man, oh man. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Kyle Gibson has struck out 6 on the night. The Indians lead it 3-1. presented by Sportstime Ohio. You can only get them online, Indians.com/district ticket. It's $15, and your first drink is on the house. So come on down and check out a ball game from the drink rails and left, the corner and right. Fantastic setting at Progressive Field. Here in Minneapolis, bottom of the 6th, 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Twins. Logan Morrison hit by a pitch in the first inning, fly to center in the third. And a good fastball gets Trevor Bauer ahead, strike one. Pulls that foul back toward the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes. That's hit pretty well. High in the air. Deep right center field, and it is gone. Logan Morrison with home run number 14, only the 7th allowed by Trevor Bauer this year. And it's a 1-run game now at 3-2.
Yeah, that was a spinner right there from Trevor Bauer, a breaking ball that stayed up and out over the plate. This is a big guy, and he's strong, and you see that one just stayed right there on a flat plane at 82. So that one, they go a long way. It hits the railing, comes back into play, but that gives them a home run and makes it a 1-run ball game, 3-2.
And a ground ball single in the hole. So Minnesota had 1 hit through the first 5 innings. Now back-to-back hits to open the 6th. And it brings up Miguel Sano, who doubled and scored in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th. One of the reasons that Sano was sent back to the minor leagues to try and get his approach at the plate back on track, swing. He had struck out 72 times on 158 at bats.
Yeah, it was.
That's a ton of punch outs.
It was, and they sent him back to retool everything, as you mentioned last night. I mean, diet and everything. He came back, he had to lose 20 pounds.
And there again, Rick, that's what I was saying before. Last night, tonight, he's looking for something early in the count, and he is getting after it so far in the first 2 games of the series. Bullpen is busy for both teams. Fastball just inside.
Don't keep him from leaning out over the plate.
Oliver Perez, left-hander for Cleveland. Matt Belisle, the right-hander for Minnesota. To third, Ramirez will go to second. There's one. Kipnis on to first. Double play. They go around the horn and turn 2.
Just what Trevor was looking for. Ball hit sharply to Ramirez. He makes a good strong throw right there to Kipnis. All he has to do is catch it, relay it back to Alonso at first, and you get the double play ball.
Bases clear. And A-Ray Adrianza to the plate. Sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, called out on strikes in the 4th. And he swings and fouls it out of play. Holy mackerel, I just looked up, Arch. Washington is now ahead of the Mets 24-1.
I want to see. They got to have some position players pitching by now.
Maybe Mickey Callaway's pitching. Jose Reyes, I'm told, is pitching and has given up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
There you go.
Ground ball to Alonso. He'll take it himself. A home run by Logan Morrison gets the Twins a run closer. It's 3-2 Cleveland through 6 in Minneapolis.
Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio.
3-2 Cleveland on a gorgeous night here. Downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Matt Belisle takes over for the Twins. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. And I told you that Paul Molitor was going to keep an eye on Kyle Gibson.
Yes, he did.
So he went 6 innings. He struck out 6. He really pitched pretty good. The bottom of the Indians' order got him tonight.
They set it up,
Yeah.
but his 2 mistakes, I think, were pitching to Ramirez with 2 outs.
Oh, I agree.
And,
I agree.
You know, he had him 3-0 on that second one, but he didn't. He did a nice job tonight. Gibson did. 5 hits, struck out 6, walked 3. Leadoff man. This is the 3rd time he's leading off tonight. So now he's trying to bunt. He's been on both times. He walked his last at bat. Doubled in the 1st.
The igniter.
Yeah. They have a new leadoff hitter.
Sends a high fly ball right field, pretty deep, not deep enough though. 1 down.
Well, Matt Belisle, the 38-year-older, he started the year with Cleveland. Made 8 appearances. He was released June 11th and came back to the Twins.
Greg Allen, a bunt single and a run scored in the 3rd. Opposite field single, run scored in the 5th. And in all likelihood, it will be Greg Allen who is sent back to AAA when Leonis Martin is officially activated
Going to
tomorrow.
beat it out.
He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, once that ball got past Sano and Sano didn't come over to get it, there was no way Polanco was going to be able to get him. So he is now 3 for 3. Got a bunt hit his first at bat, went to left. And this one here he jammed and he didn't hit it hard, but just how you like it. Got inside, put your head down and go. Good hustle.
He was really picking him up and putting him down under 4 seconds to first base that time. Now Frankie Lindor 0 for 2 with a walk. Jose Reyes of the Mets is going to have a tough time lowering his ERA. He went 1 inning, gave up 6 runs on 48 pitches in 1 inning.
Yeah.
You talk about taking one for the team.
Yeah. Yes.
25-1 Washington there in the 9th.
That's crazy. It has to be the most runs scored this year.
Called a strike. And it's 0-2, and Lindor, I think you could hear him say, oh, no way. And Buckner hearing it from the Indians dugout as well. Bobby Wilson going to go out and chat with Belisle. Take another look at Greg Allen's wheels going down the line here.
Yeah, if you have some speed, you can get yourself a few infield hits like that. He has 2 infield hits tonight.
So you notice there it said 4.17. Murph's stopwatch was a little faulty.
Yeah, well, you know, fingers.
He told me he had him under 4.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
not his watch. He's got a sand in a cup that he turns over. It counts the grains of salt.
He's up there going 1 1,000, 2 1,000. I used to hate that when you play backyard football and you have to be a 5 Mississippi count to rush the passer.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you'd be counting quicker though.
Some of my friends couldn't say Mississippi. Now the 1-2. And Lindor slaps it towards third with the shift on. It's a tough play for Sano. And Lindor beats it out. Throw gets away. Greg Allen's going to third. Lindor's going to second.
That one you probably should have put in your back pocket if you're Sano. Because Lindor was just protecting there and he slapped it the other way. That'll be a base hit and an error on the throw. Look at right here. You try to make a great play, but no. Right there, put it in your pocket. He's going to be safe easily. And Mauer came off the bag to try and knock it down, and he couldn't do it, so they both move up.
Well, and now Michael Brantley with another opportunity tonight. He's 0 for 2. Bounced into a double play with the bases loaded in the 3rd. He had a couple of men on base when he came to bat in the 5th and grounded into a fielder's choice.
Come right back and score another one. When Minnesota took the lead 1-0 in the 2nd, the Indians came right back and scored 2 in the 3rd. They scored in the 5th. No, that's not going to get it done.
No. Polanco throws him out 2 away. Cricket wireless, something to smile about. Jose Ramirez smashed a double to right field in the 7th or in the 3rd inning, and then in the 5th, another 2-out RBI single into right field. That came on a 3-0 pitch.
Well, let's see what they do here with first base open. Again, 2 outs.
I am shocked they're even thinking about it. And now they decide no, just take first base. I was going to say,
what do you? I think the umpire told him. I think CB said no. Go to first base. I mean, you have to put him on, don't you?
Derek Shelton, Paul Molitor talk it over. That was a foregone conclusion, I'm sure. And Edwin Encarnacion, the batter. And before he sees a pitch, Garvin Alston, the pitching coach, is going to go out and talk with Matt Belisle. Encarnacion has not swung the bat well tonight. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out twice and struck out. He just, I don't know, against Gibson, Rick, it looked like he was pulling off everything, trying to pull the ball every time. And he never really made good contact.
No.
Down to Andre.
Remember last night when Edwin was hitting in the backside by Irvin Santana? Here it is right here. Right inside, right in that back pocket. So last night, Arch, you thought that Santana was doing that on purpose because he had pretty good control most of the night. I went to Edwin after the game, and if you check it out, they both laughed right here and look at each other. Edwin said it wasn't on purpose. He said Irvin told him right away he was trying to get inside, and it got away from him. And he said, "I got you," is what he told him on the way.
And then he believed him?
Yeah, well, remember, I'll make sure I tell Eddie that. But remember, when Eddie started off slow last year, Irvin Santana was the guy that went to him and said, "You're not being yourself.
Right.
Go back to swinging the bat." So he says they're really good friends, that he doesn't think that was on purpose, but he owes him.
Well, let's see if he can get some payback to Matt Belisle here. Bases loaded. 2 down. Indians up a run. And another great job by Bobby Wilson to smother a ball in the dirt.
He's been working hard back there tonight and has done a great job.
That's at least 4 by my count with a runner at third base tonight.
Yeah.
He is saved. There was a fastball. And Encarnacion takes for a strike, 2-1. How about that? 11 career grand slams. And he shoots one the other way to right field for a base hit. Allen scores. Lindor scores. Into third is Ramirez. It's a 2-out, 2-run single to right field for Encarnacion. And the Indians have scored 5 runs now on the night to open up a 3-run lead. How many times do you see Edwin shoot one the other way like this?
That's a fastball right down the middle, too. And I mean, he was conscious of staying on the baseball, and he took it the other way. And there's a 2-out scoring. There's 4 of the runs coming with 2 outs tonight.
You think maybe he felt the same way I did, that he was pulling off, and he just said to himself, just stay back one time.
Whatever he said, you know, it was because that was a fastball right down the middle.
Well, that's going to be it for Belisle. He serves up 2 in the inning. And Taylor Rogers, the lefty's coming on when we come back. enjoying a 5-2 Indians lead. And they still have 2 on with 2 out. Taylor Rogers, left-hander, coming on to face Yonder Alonso. 46th appearance of the year for Rogers. He worked 1/3 of an inning last night, gave up 2 hits. And let's see, one of those hits fouled back by Alonso. No, I was thinking he gave up 1 to Alonso. That was earlier in the game. He got Alonso to fly to left last night. Then he gave up hits to Melky Cabrera and Jason Kipnis. Alonso 0 for 3 tonight, robbed of a hit in the 4th inning on a great play at first by Joe Mauer. And it's 0-2. Taylor Rogers with the 0-2, and Yonder lays off. Ramirez at third, Encarnacion at first. And Alonso spanks one foul.
Yeah, he got away with a hanger there. He left that breaking ball inside, and Alonso ready for it, but he just pulled it foul.
Ramirez telling Encarnacion, get a bigger lead.
He's coaching third as well as running.
In the dirt again. 2-2. There is certainly a respect factor that Ramirez has for Encarnacion, but it's also fun to watch him sort of play with Edwin every once in a while. Down low, full count. I think Encarnacion just looks at Ramirez and rolls his eyes sometimes.
He leaves him alone.
You say play, I say push.
Yeah, well, there's some of that too. Yeah,
He's definitely pushing him around as much as he can.
And Wood will be off with the 3-2 pitch to Alonso. And it's strike 3 called, and Alonso quickly arguing with C.B. Buckner. And you can see the frustration is boiled over from a number of hitters who don't feel the strike zone has been very consistent tonight. But the Indians score 2 thanks to a 2-out, 2-run single to right by Edwin Encarnacion, and it's 5-2 Cleveland. Stretch time in Minnesota. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th, Brandon Geyer takes over in right field. Trevor Bauer, though, back out here to start the bottom of the 7th. Action in the bullpen behind him if needed. Bauer just under 100 pitches on the night. And a fastball, strike one. Well, jam shot the other way, and it's going to drop. And Minnesota has their leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 7th. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk and Elk. Andrew Miller, 2/3 of a scoreless inning with a strikeout, 10 pitches, 7 of them strikes. Andre has more.
And what I was told, there were no many or any fastballs thrown. Basically went down and worked on his slider today. He'll meet with the team on Friday after the off day on Thursday, and a decision could come down depending upon how he feels. But it could be getting closer to the time where he could be back a part of the Indians bullpen. They're going to have that discussion Friday morning.
Beautiful.
But it seems like after last night, after getting the fastball out there and throwing some pitches and then getting back out there for just 2 batters today, it looks like he's getting back to where he wants to be.
Wilson sends a fly ball to center. Greg Allen back and makes the catch. And Cave went all the way back to first and tagged, and head first sliding into second base is safe.
Well, that's a case there where he saw Allen going all the way back, so he says, I'm going to go tag up, but you have to make it. You're down 3 runs. It's late in the ball game. He has to get in there and safe, and he was. So good for him. He's in scoring position.
Let me ask you this, though, as Tito's going to go to the mound and make a pitching change. Is it worth the gamble there?
Well, he was called safe, so I'll say yes. But I'm going to tell you, if he was out, they'd be ripping him.
Molitor would not be happy.
No, you wouldn't be happy. So he got away with it. He hustled. Maybe it's a spark for him. Who knows?
Well, we got a timeout for a pitching change. Left-hander Brad Hand will come on in relief of Trevor Bauer here in the 7th. Over in a trade from San Diego, making his 5th appearance as a member of the Indians. He's worked 4 innings, given up 1 run, has not walked a batter, has struck out 4. Only run allowed came on a home run. Joe Mauer is 0 for 3 tonight and 0 for 6 in the series. And a fastball that's just a bit low, ball one. Jake Cave, the runner at second. And another fastball, this one called a strike, 1-1. It's interesting, every pitcher maybe has a little different method of how to not tip your pitches, how to do something. You notice with Brad Hand, he's got, once he gets the ball and then once he puts it into the glove, he'll spin it in his hand about maybe 5, 6, 7 times and then get the grip he wants. Can't see it from that angle, but.
Well, I can see his forearm moving,
Yeah.
so I can see him spinning it.
Oh, nice breaking ball. And it's 1-2.
Spins it in there until he gets the right feel for it.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, like if you're the runner at second base, you might be able to look right in there and see it exactly, but by then you're not going to be able to really relay anything to the hitter.
Not by the time he's set and ready to go.
But it's just interesting to watch how he does it compared to some other guys.
It's deep in there.
See, he goes.
There's the spin.
Yep.
Nice shot, boys.
Throws the fastball and it's popped up left field. Brantley is there. 2 down. Trevor Bauer went 6 in the third, gave up 4 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 3. That's the first time he's walked more than he's struck out.
Yeah, and he made a couple of good pitches, but he was erratic. And early with his fastball, he wasn't locating it. But I'll tell you what, he threw a lot more fastballs tonight than normal. He was about 54% fastball. And, you know, that's the pitch, that comeback heater that was very effective for him. He even made a few of them that never were called, but were very good pitches, you know.
Eddie Rosario 0 for 3. And he pops one back out of play. So Rosario is one of those guys you figure left-handed hitter. You want the left-handed pitcher to face him, but he's at 271 against the left-handers this year.
He puts up a quality at bat because he can hit the ball off the plate. He's just not a guy that hits in the strike zone. He can hit bad pitches as well.
Couldn't get him to chase. 1-1.
Rosario, one of those guys, you know, he doesn't like to walk. He likes to put the bat on the ball. 28 times he's walked this year, and 425 at bats.
Kind of reached for that breaking ball and fouls it off. 1-2. Well, mercifully, it's a final in Washington. The Nationals beat the Mets 25-4 is the final score. And the 1-2. One hopper to Kip. Inning over. Brad Hand does the job. Runner stranded at second through 7. It's Cleveland 5, Minnesota 2. that prevails tonight. Just let it go. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing good comes of it. Nothing good comes of it, you know. Well, here's Addison Reed. Addison Reed on for the 42nd time this year. He's 1-5 with a 4.83 ERA. And he's got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Cleveland. It'll be Brandon Guyer, who came on for Cabrera, then Jason Kipnis and Roberto Perez.
Yeah, Guyer will get the start tomorrow with the left-hander on the mound, Mejia for Minnesota.
Melky Cabrera was 0 for 3 tonight before Guyer came on for him. Almost hit him. It's 2-0. And a shot into center field. Oh, a nice play there by Jake Cave. One down.
Well, this time he comes in, he's going to make the sliding catch. Good play. Takes a hit away from Guyer. He doesn't like it.
Jason Kipnis now 0 for 3. Takes ball 1. Kipnis pops one up. Wilson, the catcher, says, "Get out of here, I've got it." He does. 2 down. Well, Roberto Perez coming up. He has doubled and scored. He has walked, and he has flied to right. The play that Jake Cave made last night in center field, where he dove and he was woefully short on the dive of making the catch, and the ball skipped past him and it went for an RBI double. I know instincts have to play a role in that play, but is there anything, like if you were instructing him, is there anything that you could give him as a key that you can look at when you see a ball, if it's a certain height, if you see something to say,
no,
don't go for the dive, you know it's going to be short of you.
You got to know the situation, who's on the bases, what the score is, if you're winning, if you're losing. That's how you learn. Hey, it was a mistake made, but that's how you learn from it. You dive after that ball. Well, you can't let that happen next time. You were up a run. You give the base hit. You keep the double play in order. You don't let the guy score from first base. It's something that you learn to do. And, it may take a couple of those plays before you learn it. That's how you learn out on that baseball field, is failure.
So it could even be a situation where even if you think you can dive and make the catch, don't do it, because
not in that situation.
If you don't make the play,
yeah, then you're let.
Right.
Exactly.
What do they say? Discretion is the better part of valor. In that instance,
well, you learn that, and
yeah.
when you're young and you're trying to impress everybody, you're going to dive after everything, but you can't do that.
And Roberto Perez socks one into center field, his second hit of the night. Time for our Miller Lite Hold True moment. It's been the Greg Allen Speed Show. A bunt single in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he beat the second baseman to the bag.
There was a shot to left in the 5th. He came around to score his second run of the night, and then another infield single here. And he has scored all 3 times. So 3 hits, 3 runs for Greg Allen out of the 9 spot in the order. And a fly ball to center will end the inning. Middle of the 8th. It's 5-2 Cleveland. Polanco, then lefties Logan Morrison and Max Kepler. Jorge Polanco is a switch hitter, and given that he has missed most of this year, you could kind of maybe scrap the numbers he's put up this season as you missed that much time, you're playing catch up. But against right-handed pitching, he's batted .386. When he turns around to this side of the plate, he's 3 for 32.
Ouch. Well, he really had a good year for Minnesota last year after he came in and filled in. Well, he hit .256, but he had 30 doubles, 13 homers, 74 ribbies for a guy that's shortstop. And then, you know, the incident with the PEDs or the steroids cost him a half a season. So
Brad Hand gets a hit.
Escobar came in this year and filled in for him, and boy, he had a great year. We were really upset when they traded him, but he's a free agent at the end of the year, so really they don't know what they're going to get next year.
And a pop-up foul out of play. By the way, you mentioned earlier when I said the final score was in Washington, Nationals won 25-4. Redbird says it's the most runs in the majors in over a decade.
I can believe it.
07, the Rangers beat the Orioles 30-3. Remember that game?
Yes, I do.
That's the most runs scored since that game back in 2007. Oh, beautiful. Locked him up with a breaking ball. One down. Recapping tonight's storylines brought to you by your Ford dealers. Kyle Gibson has been really tough when runners are in scoring position. The Indians managed 3 hits against him, which is better than they did last night.
Well, 2 by that guy.
And Trevor Bauer, 6 1/3, only gave up 4 hits, a couple of runs. I mentioned coming into tonight, in his last 10 starts, his ERA was under 2. So he has been on a really good roll.
Yeah, the Indians just trying to beat the Twins, period.
Minnesota has won 7 of 10 head-to-head this year.
Beating the Indians 4 straight right here in this ballpark.
Wow.
Yeah, that's way up there.
You talk about a pop-up. Roberto called off by Ramirez. 2 down.
I don't blame him. That's a tough play for a catcher, as high as that was. He's going to do him a favor and call him off. Not to say Perez could not have caught that ball. Little easier play for the fielder.
Max Kepler looks at a breaking ball low. Long fly ball, deep right. It's over the head of Geyer and off the wall. He plays it well. And the throw into second base, not in time, as Kepler has a 2-out double.
It's a vicious line drive, a fastball, middle third of that plate that he's able to turn on. Geyer plays it pretty well off the wall with a bare hand. The relay in just a little too late, though. Kepler hustling all the way, and here comes Tito. He's going to make a move for the right-hander Sano.
It's going to be Cody Allen, and it's 5-2 Cleveland. We'll be right back.
Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Back here in Minnesota, the Twins have a runner at second with 2 down. Big Miguel Sano coming to the plate, and Cody Allen coming on for Cleveland. It's his 46th appearance of the year. Cody worked a scoreless inning last night, giving up 1 hit. Into right field. Geyer hitting over. We go to the ninth. Cleveland 5, Minnesota 2.
Jose Ramirez delivering in the clutch tonight. A 2-out RBI double in the third. That broke a 1-1 tie and gave Cleveland a 2-1 lead. And then in the fifth, a 2-out RBI single made it 3-1 Cleveland. And they intentionally walked him his last time up. And Edwin Encarnacion beat him with a 2-run single.
Yeah, that's right. Four runs scored with 2 outs tonight. Only got a couple of hits with runners in scoring position.
Well, here's Trevor May. Long road back from Tommy John surgery. Missed all of last year. And
his first major league appearance.
Yeah, he's
16 in June against the Indians.
He suffered that tear in the ulnar collateral ligament in spring training last year. So missed all of the season.
So it's about 1.5 years, and that's usually, they say, what it takes, isn't it, to come back right around there. Some maybe a little earlier, some maybe a little later.
Well, and here's injury-wise the other bad news for Minnesota. Byron Buxton, who won the Platinum Glove last year, is the best defender in center field. Re-injured his wrist as Lindor drives one into right center field for a base hit, his second hit of the night. Lindor himself a former Platinum Glove winner. But Buxton suffered what they're calling a flare-up in that injured wrist, and Paul Molitor says he might have to go back on the disabled list again.
Well, boy, oh boy, it's just been one of those years for him. Another multi-hit game for Frankie.
42 on the year.
This is game what, 105, 106. He's got 42 multi-hit games.
I think the only guy with more is J.D. Martinez.
Yeah, that was there. I'm going to check right now. He's tied with J.D. Martinez right now. 42. You were absolutely right.
Yeah, Phillies beat the Red Sox in Fenway tonight, 3-1.
It was Arrieta on the mound for Philly.
Boy, everybody that thought maybe he was done, he's been a great pickup for Philadelphia.
Well, he's a veteran over there to help some of those young kids along in that rotation. They have some talent. They acquired a veteran catcher today that should help as well.
Brantley goes up the ladder, can't get to it. And it's 2-1. Yeah, Wilson Ramos goes from the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes, he does.
To Philadelphia.
Yep, he should help that ball club. An all-star catcher.
As the saying goes, there's no crying in baseball, but you can't help but feel for a guy like Kevin Cash, who has done everything in his power to keep the Rays relevant. And everything from, hey, we're going to start bullpen guys in games because we don't have enough starters. He's kept them at 500. Today they say goodbye to their all-star catcher and their best pitcher, Chris Archer.
Right. Oh, guys. Just
and they go out and beat the Angels 10-6 tonight. I mean,
how about
you
that?
gotta love whatever he's done down there to keep the fighting spirit alive.
Yeah, we don't get a chance to see them till late in August. I think they come to Cleveland, and then we go down there second week of September.
Brantley fouls it off to the left.
A lot of people were talking about some of the trades that they got when they traded Archer to Pittsburgh. A couple of the players, a lot of people really like those guys, young prospects.
Austin Meadows, and there was a pitcher they got, I think, that they like. Yeah, Tyler Glasnow. Brantley goes down swinging, one away. Tough night for Brant, 0 for 4. Well, this is what is coming up for the Indians. Finish up here in Minnesota tomorrow, off day Thursday. Go home, face the Angels for 3, the Twins for 4. Then to Chicago to face the White Sox, to Cincinnati for 3 interleague play. Then back home
How weird is that? Again, it's just a 3.
Yeah, I know that's coming up again.
And then right back out on the road.
Yeah, we're gone a lot in the month of August.
Runner goes, and Ramirez with his 3rd hit of the night drills it into right field, and Lindor goes to 3rd. So Jose Ramirez continues to sizzle. Let's see how many 3-hit games is that for him this year. That'll be,
he went down and just smoked that one.
10, I think. 10 3-hit games. That's the 10th time this year. Yeah, he's had a 3-hit game. Edwin Encarnacion. And Ramirez takes off, no throw. And that's the 9th time, according to Mike Pacta, that Ramirez has stolen second base with a runner at 3rd.
Well, they know they're not going to throw through, and more times than not, it's Lindor that's on 3rd base when he's off running. They don't throw through, and it's been a lot recently.
It's 25 on the year for Jose, and he was second in the league.
He's going to be the next 30-30 guy.
Well, you're right.
And Grady was the last Indian to do that. 30 homers, 30 steals.
Infield in. Edwin chases up high. That's down low. Edwin with 75 runs batted in now on the year. And still 2 months to go in the season. This is one of those opportunities right here where hitters like Encarnacion, they thrive because you just need to get a ball to the outfield.
Yeah, it's a free at bat.
He looks a little frustrated tonight. Just even though he did get the opposite field hit last time up to drive in a pair,
he's not in sync.
Yeah,
he's not in sync. You can tell. And you know, he's a guy that when he gets hot, he gets on a roll. And when he gets cold, it just doesn't look right.
and a ground ball to second. They'll come home with the throw, not in time. Lindor scores.
Great jump.
He gives the safe sign himself, and it's 6-2 Cleveland.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys, they make RBIs for you. I mean, he had a tremendous jump. Once that ball got by the pitcher, watch the jump from third base. He's looking for it. As soon as it hit on the ground, he was off and running. And the throw has to be perfect. He made it easily. That's what you call reading the ball off the bat beautifully.
Fielder's choice and a run batted in for Edwin. Give him 3 on the night, 76 now on the year. And Indians still at the corners with only 1 out for Yonder Alonso. Edwin stole his first base of the year last night, and the Twins are not going to let him do it again.
First and third. See what happens when you steal? They start watching you a little bit closer.
They start paying attention.
That's right.
That one almost to the backstop. Paul Molitor said that, you know, for now Trevor May is going to work out of the bullpen, but they're not making any long-term assessments. They still feel like he could be a starter.
Well, they just got to build his arm strength back, and it's going to take him a while to get back in after missing a whole year.
Oh, what a pick by Adrianza, and the Twins will get out of the inning with a double play. Twice Alonso has scorched a ball tonight, and twice he has been robbed. Indians do tack on a run. Bottom of the ninth coming up.
That's not necessarily a good thing. Cody Allen will try to finish this game in the 9th inning. He's got the bottom third of the Twins order, and they'll go to the bench as Robbie Grossman will pinch hit for A-Ray Adrianza. Grossman, a switch hitter, bats left-handed, swings at the first pitch and sends a fly ball to Greg Allen. 1 down.
We have one more birthday we got to get out. It's for Teresa over here celebrating her birthday. She tried to keep it quiet on us. And happy birthday, Teresa. We're not coming back. We won't see her again. So
that's right. This is our final.
It's our final trip to Minnesota. She was trying to keep it a secret, but I'm going to let the cat out of the bag.
Well, she's got a lot of cats, so be careful.
Happy birthday.
Jake Cave is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled his last time up. Mitch Garver has moved to the on-deck circle to bat for Bobby Wilson. Swing and a miss at a curveball, 1-2. Out of play. Indians will go for a series win tomorrow afternoon. That game will. It is a fair ball. It stayed out in front of the plate.
Look at that. He swung it
did he
in
swing
the dirt, and
miss?
they had to throw it to first.
So 2 down. Tomorrow's game will be a 1 o'clock start. No television tomorrow. We invite you to join our friends Tom Hamilton and Jim Rosenhaus on the Indians Radio Network for all the action beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be back with you on Friday night at Progressive Field. Mitch Garver. It's his first at bat of the night. Bobby Wilson was 0 for 2 with a walk. And Cody Allen is 1 strike away from putting the finishing touches on this one. In the dirt. Garver was 2 for 4 last night and got the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 9th. One-two pitch, and it's just a bit outside, and the count evens. Good news here is Cody Allen has been very efficient to this point. He's faced 3 batters, and now Garver the 4th, and he's only made 12 pitches to this point. That's something that Cody was trying to make a concerted effort to clean up. And another pitch just missing outside, and CB Buckner's hearing it from the Indians dugout for the umpteenth time. He's saying the ball's outside. And that's low, ball 4. So the inning continues for Joe Mauer.
Bauer 0 for 4 tonight, hitless in the series 0 for 7. And he came into the night with a .296 average in the month of July.
Yeah, he has been hot.
There's a fastball called a strike. $25,407. The attendance here at Target Field tonight. Whether or not it was a carryover from how well they played last year and the high hopes folks may have had coming into the season, they've done very well at the gate.
Yeah, they had a nice crowd here last night, Monday night.
I think attendance-wise, they're almost identical with the Indians at this point in the season.
Yeah, I'll let you know that. They're, I think, maybe 1,000 or so fewer per game. Took a look at that earlier.
Base hit right field. Garver stops at second, so 2 on, 2 out.
They're averaging 24,000. Indians are at 23,400.
So with 2 on and 2 out, Eddie Rosario coming to the plate. And Carl Willis is coming to the mound. If he gets aboard, then you'd have the tying run coming to the plate. And with that, we get some action in the Cleveland bullpen. And it's Oliver Perez, the left-hander, who was up earlier in the game, so it won't take him long. That piece of bubble gum.
Yeah, that's unwrapped. Put it in there. I'll hold off. It's yes.
Maybe that's his thing. I haven't noticed that before, but whatever works.
Tastes better with the wrapper off, though.
I didn't think so.
You tried it?
No, I've never tried that before. You know what I did once, though, when I was a kid? I saw a guy eat peanuts without just shove the whole thing, and I thought, what are you doing? You can't eat the shells. Sure you can.
Yeah, you can.
And then I started doing it. I'm like, it's a lot saltier, as you said, yeah, but it's not real good. Some things are meant to be unwrapped. Ball 1 outside.
Good numbers against Cody for Rosario.
There's a fly ball to left center field. This should end it. Brantley is there, calls for it, and this one goes to the Indians. The Tribe has evened the series at a game apiece with a 6-2 win over Minnesota here tonight. Trevor Bauer the win. He goes to 10-6 on the year. The save to Cody Allen, it's his 21st, but it's his 6th 4-out save of the year, second most in the American League. With the win, the Indians go back to 10 games over 500 at 58-48, and they lead Minnesota now by 9 games in the division.